Blue Lock and Crocus Basketball are two amazing pieces of fiction, with Blue Lock taking a lot of inspiration from Crocus Basketball with its over-the-top characters and almost superhuman level of abilities. Now, mind you, I don't think Blue Lock characters are as crazy as Crocus characters, but to be fair, I don't think we're too far off. Seeing all of the characters that we're seeing in the manga right now, we're pretty much there, maybe a little bit more of a push. And we've had characters like Ryo who's basically just nerfed Kise, but that got me thinking, what if the Croco cast was actually in Blue Lock? How strong would they be, and how would they match up against the other Blue Lock? And also just their aesthetics and other general things. So basically, I'll be using some creative liberty to translate Croco characters into Blue Lock, going over the hypothetical stats, weapons, position, team, aura, and their ranking within the current Blue Lock system. So there will be light spoilers in regards to what this arc is about, but nothing really too crazy, nothing that you won't understand within the first 10 chapters of this arc, so I won't be going over any real plot points. So the first character I'm going to go over is Midorima. Midorima's main ability consists of him being able to shoot from full court with 100% accuracy. Now, to be honest, I think this is the most unrealistic ability in the show. He does it with perfect form as well, and he never misses. It's very stupid. So how are we going to translate this ability? Well, he needs to have a crazy range. Now, you could make this range the same as the length of the basketball court, but I don't think that does justice to this character, because if we were to do that, it would only be about 29 meters, which I think is just a disservice to the concept of this character, since characters like Baro can do that with ease. I'm trying to keep intact the appeal of these characters. I think we need to adjust it to make it a comparably insane distance relative to the sport. So in terms of difficulty, insanity, and vibes, what is similar to a full court shot? Well, I believe the simple answer is a half field shot. Knowing that full court shots are only usually attempted in desperation with an estimated accuracy of 1%, but not impossible for skilled players, I think a similar feat would work well as a half field perfection shot. Crazy, I know, but I even asked ChatGPT and apparently it thinks that full court shots are harder than a half field shot. And also, because there's a goalie, I don't think it's as broken anyway. And half field perfection just has a better ring to it than like 42 meters perfection. Like, it just sounds just better. He would execute these shots with supreme accuracy, almost always landing in top bins. Now, I debated giving him the ability to curve the shot, but I think curved shots make sense for Midorima. And besides that, he has generally good physical abilities. He doesn't really have any other weapon, no metavision, though I do think Predator Eye would work well with him. Now, as for how he'll stack up against the other Blue Lockers, well, he's obviously broken and New Gen 11 level at least, but is he above or below Kaiser? Because this is kind of a good metric to base it on, and Kaiser has a bid of 300 million. Well, personally, I think he'll be slightly worse, simply because outside shooting, he has no real weapons and would heavily rely on assists. So that being said, I think he'll be a striker with a stat of 95 and a bid of 290 million. As for his team, I think he would work well on Bastard or Ubers, but I don't think Midorima is a sly tactical person. His playstyle is quite straightforward, simply looking at the logistics of scoring the most goals. And as for his aura, I think a series of constellations would be cool, representing both his superstitious nature and the fact that he kicks with pinpoint accuracy. So next is the GOAT, Kise. Now, in Croco, Kise has one main ability, that being copy. Now, copy allows him to copy any move he sees, and he can even copy people that are better than him for a short period of time, and this is called perfect copy. Though like Ryo, certain abilities can't be replicated, like he can't grow an extra inch out of nowhere, but he can push his body past his limits and jump higher to replicate being taller. So when translating this ability into Blue Lock, Kise will basically be the best player in the facility, well, besides someone else that we'll talk about. And even outside his perfect copy, there's still a whole lot of stuff he can do. I mean, he has direct shots, he would have Bartra level dribbling, Rin level shooting, Baro level shooting, IQ's level of defense, and pretty much every other ability besides maybe Metavision and other world-class abilities like the Kise Impact. But in perfect copy, he still might be able to use them. So yeah, he's broken. So suffice it to say, he will be way better than Kaiser, and he'll be a striker for PXG as they're all about the money, and he's all about the money, with an overall stat of 98 and a bid of 500 million. As for his aura, I think a Chimera works well, displaying how he's the perfect amalgamation of different things. Now, Murasakibara is probably the most simple to translate. He's just really strong, big, and athletic. That's it. And he stands at a 6'7" height. And though I went back and forth for a while, I settled on him being a defender, even though a goalie would work just as well. because not only could you incorporate his Vice Claw, which is basically just him being able to completely hold the ball with one hand due to his hands being so big, and also the fact that he's really lazy, so he'll probably just sit in the net for most of the game. I just think being a defender more suits his playstyle that we see in Kuroko no Basketball, and he's able to actually go 1v1 against the strikers more often, even get some of the goals himself. And with all of that, he'll have an overall stat of 94, a bid of 100 million, playing on Bartra due to it being the most relaxed out of all of them, and his aura would be a thunderstorm, a reference to the whole Thor's hammer and wind effects in the anime, and also his aura will kind of look like him being as tall as the clouds when activated. Now Aomine, probably my favourite character in the show. He displays many abilities, one of them being his formless shot, him being able to shoot from any angle, off balance, on balance, no look, look, and it's pretty much Shido's ability, and thus his first weapon will be gold box perfection. And secondly, he has a very distinct dribbling style, that being street dribbling. Just look at it, man, too cool. And although Yukiya has this exact same name ability, I think Aomine's dribbling weapon would be a combination of Yuki's and Bartra's. The speed of Yuki's with the freedom of Bartra's. Thirdly is acceleration and deceleration. It's kind of in conjunction with his dribbling, but it's distinct enough to be its own unique weapon. Aomine can increase and decrease his speed on a dime, making him feel impossible to track. And lastly is flow. Now, although all characters have access to flow, if you don't remember, Aomine can forcibly go into that state at almost any time. So with all of that, I think Aomine would have a bid of 350 million, slightly better than Kaiser with a stat of 97. He'll play as a striker for FC Bartra because of its focus on freedom, and his aura will be that of a Black Panther. Yeah, bro, if they ever put in a character like Aomine into Blue Lock, bro, automatically top 5 character. Automatically, bro. Akashi, where do we start with you? Akashi's most prevalent weapon is his Emperor Eye. What this does is allow him to predict his opponent almost flawlessly. He does this by observing micro movements. He can even do this up to 10 people in conjunction with his ability to dribble. He can almost guarantee an ankle break. And due to this, I think it's appropriate to give him Metavision and Predator Eye since they are very similar. So yeah, he already has 3 vision styles and he'll probably even have a 4th one. Next is his precise ball placement. This is where the 4th one comes in. He basically has the same level of ball placement as Sai, but probably less range, allowing him to execute precise passes and shots. But it's better in some ways, as alongside this, his ability to lead and analyze people, he's able to put other teammates into flow using these passes and this game playing. He also has flow mastery, street balling, and of course, impeccable physical stats. So there's no question that he'll not only be the best U20 player, but he'll be one of the best players in the world, a prodigy on the level of Loki. And with that being said, I'll put him with a bid of 1 billion yen. And I think this makes sense as this puts him on the same level as other rising stars in actual football. In the end, he'll be a 98 rated cam playing for the Ubers as he is extremely tactical and team orientated, though his Emperor attitude may clash with the King. And fittingly, his aura will be represented by a literal god who grants said Emperor with ultimate power over the field. And that's all of the Generation of Miracles. Well, of course, besides him. And if you want me to make a video going over Kagami and Kuroko and the rest of them, man, I'm down because this video was fun. And Kuroko and Blue Lock mesh so well. I've had this idea for time, and I even thought about a Kuroko versus Blue Lock match. Like, imagine if Kaneshiro made an exclusive match, or hell, even if Kuroko and Blue Lock are actually set in the same universe and he revealed that and they have a match or something. I know that's obviously not gonna happen, but I thought it would be cool, a cool idea. Maybe I'll even make a video about that. But I definitely will be making a couple more videos about Blue Lock within the week, so peep that if you so choose. But anyway, enough chat. Let the outro play, man.
Cause I see next like, oh shit, why? Niggas wanna throw shit by. Go away, cause you so sorry. You so sorry. No, you so sorry. Now you so sorry. Now you so sorry. Now you so sorry.